Hey everybody, Professor Matt, Balance Jiu-Jitsu. I'm here with the Balance team, coaches Double Gold and Blonde Fury. Today they're going to be showing you how to bridge and how to connect a technique to it so that you can escape bottom positions. If you're new to Jiu-Jitsu, this is a great video for you. If you know somebody who's new to Jiu-Jitsu, this would be a great video to share with them. Welcome back to those of you who are returning to the channel, and if you're new here, hit that subscribe button and ring that notification bell. Developing a good bridge can be really beneficial when you're trying to escape the bottom position, especially when you have a bigger person on top of you. We're going to break down the bridge, or UPA as it's called, and we're also going to show you what you can add to your bridge to help you become a successful bottom escaper. So to get started, let's look at the foundation movement of our entire video, and that would be the basic bridge, or UPA. We're going to need to build a strong table underneath our opponent so we're able to get our hips off the floor. Start by bringing your heels to your hips. Keep your feet at about a hip's distance so you have good base. Too narrow of a base will make it easier for your opponent to pin your legs together and redirect them. Develop the habit of keeping your elbows tight to your body. Sometimes we see people reaching out while they're practicing their bridge. We think this is bad form because it could end you up in a head and arm triangle, or even worse, look at this. Marcia's going to end up taking Logan's back just because his arm came away from his body. That is not good form. Here's an example of better form when practicing this move as a solo technique. Our bridge helps us to create space between us and the floor, or our opponent and the floor. Now that we've created that space, it will allow us to create space between us and our opponent, allowing us to recover our guard. A technique or movement that you can add to your bridge is swinging your leg over. This movement is used in a technique called the trap and roll, so I try to tell my students to land with their feet alive. That way they're going to be ready to pass the guard when they come up. This is common, people rolling to their side without bringing their hips up first. Bad form. Followed by an example of good form. Here we have bridge with the leg over being performed in the escape called the trap and roll. As Double Gold completes the technique, we can see his toes are alive, and now we see he was ready to open the guard and pass. And the same technique being used from bottom side half guard, giving Double Gold the sweep and pass. Moving right along, the next thing we're going to connect to our bridge is weaving our leg under. Here we'll take a look at a different angle of this movement being performed, and then we'll get into where you want to use it in the roll. Often when we try to escape bottom positions, your opponent would be doing a good job keeping their knee close to your hip, dropping their hip into that space that you're trying to create, or using their arm to block your leg. Weaving your leg in response to these defenses will help you get back to your knees and recover your guard. So let's watch that from a different angle so we can see how Logan applies his bridge here. And we see him start to weave his legs, he smears to his guard, and then quickly looks to break down Marcia's posture. The most common technique that we're going to connect to our bridge is the hip escape. Bringing his foot back as he bridges, he's going to use that so that he can move his hips out from underneath his opponent when he makes the space from his initial bridge. Here's Double Gold bridging off the floor and using the hip escape to create space and get his guard back. Here's one more look at it being used from the frame mount escape to get his guard back. In conclusion, performing these movements as a solo routine will really help you to get the muscle memory you need for these techniques when you need them when you're underneath somebody. You can also supplement these movements into your warm-ups and your jiu-jitsu based workouts. If you found any of the information in this video useful, hit that like button and share it with your friends. Another thanks to those of you who have supported the channel by leaving a comment down below. We appreciate the feedback we get from our subscribers, as do we appreciate those of you who stayed all the way to the end of this video and help with the YouTube algorithm. That concludes our time here for now. This is Professor Matt wishing you the very best of the day. Now go train and train hard, my friends.